get started, just press on Getting Started in the Syllabus Edit mode, and you get a little Adobe Captivate. This is a simulation. You won't get that. You should be a little quicker than that. And I'm running this in Safari. So you log in this case you enter your password and log in. And you'll be going to Feature, so click on that. And click on the course title or course you're going to be doing. So you go either here or here. Here. And this is what you see then. You see your classroom setup, the checklist. The first thing you do is, of course, I'm just continuing because I'm going from screen to screen. You go to the top of the syllabus and you need to go into edit mode. So go to edit mode to get started. And we're going to click right here. That gets us started. So in the syllabus edit mode, you'll see the week's tasks, activities. You see this is faculty only. If you want it just for faculty, click in the little box, give a tick in there. And right here you can view the full syllabus. And you can click on another tab to edit a particular week. So you can do week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on what class it is. So the first editing task, you go to week 2, and you're going to be moving something from recommended to required. These pre-populate. So as you notice, and you go to week 2, you're going to see that this says required. I'm going to scrolling down, and it says recommended. So we're going to drag this, you click on it, and you just drag it up to there, and it moves up to here, and now it's under required. Next, change the due date for I'm going to use the Wiley CPA exam assignment. I need to change that due date. So this is the first one. Notice the due date is 8/14. I'm going to be changing that to 8/12. Keeping everything the same. And that's pretty much done. So then I'm just going to continue. And I'm looking at my points in my weekly participation. I want to change that from 4, I want to make it 3. So to do that, you click in there and you put it on 3. And once you've done that, I've entered it. I hit enter. Then you can navigate to another task. We're going to go to week 4, which is right over here. Clicking on week 4. And we want to add a task. You see the little add task here. So we just click on that. And it leaves a drop down box where we can type in. In this case, I'm putting in complete your observation scheduling. Not very good at spelling. And hit enter. And once you've hit enter, that's in. It'll accept that. You notice it's right there. So now we're going to remind students in week 3, this is for myself, to remind them that they have to submit something. So I'll go to week 3, click on it, and again I'm going to do add task right here. And at the end of the task list, I want to type in right here, I want to type in remind teams to meet for final project. And I'm hitting enter. Enter is good. Now let's see. Oops, I spelled it wrong. It doesn't want me. Remind. Right, it's fine now. So now it's accepted, but this is for faculty only. So you put a tick in there. Notice a little tick. And I'm going to hit continue to continue with this little video. Now save your syllabus and preview it. So we're going to just continue, and I'll show you how to save it. Click down and see there's a save button at the top right. So you notice right here in this baby blue, it's not very brilliant, it's just baby blue. Click on the save button. Now if you want to preview it before you publish it, hit the preview. It allows you to look at each component that you've done. This is a full syllabus, so you'd be able to actually go all the way down to the bottom of it. But now that we've finished editing, we're going to click back to the home page. So watch. So we click on this tab, Class Home. The class home page brings us back to the class setup checklist, which is where we began. We want to click Exit because we've done everything that we need to do. The next part is editing and publishing your syllabus. So this is another little video without any talking. I'm adding the speech, of course. Another little video that will allow you to do what you need to do to edit and publish. And publishing really is a matter of just selecting the correct button. So Adobe Captivate is running in the background, which is one of the reasons why you have to keep Adobe up. So every time you go in, you've got to go in with your password, just like you do anything in Phoenix. And we're going to click, this is your future again, so we're going either here or here, Class Home, remember that brings it up. I'll go Class Home this time. And we're going to set this up. So it says, this is our class setup, so we're going to click on that, and click continue, and we're going to go into editing. So we're going to continue editing, which, because we haven't published it, we have this option of continue editing. So now we're going to click on the drop down menu to the left. It says my syllabus, but if you click on there, you have start over, organize, save syllabus, or my syllabus. We're just going to stay on the my syllabus. That's just to let you know what's in there. So now we're back in the syllabus and we're in edit mode. So the first new addition is going to be on week 2, and we're going to add an activity from the website. This is pretty cool. Click on week 2, and we're going to go to where it says add activity. We have add tasks and add activity. It's going to be down here. So we're going to have to scroll down, and there it says add learning activity. Click on that. And this is very cool. This is a new addition here where we can embed YouTube or websites, and what we're doing basically is embedding the address for them. So I'll show you how to do that. We're going to link to a website. So we click on that link. You're familiar with that link. Seen it in our email. And this menu is going to allow us to put the details in for everything that we need for that website. So on the very top of it, we're going to put in a name for it. We're calling this one Math Hints website, but you can name it whatever you want. It says it's required, so we're going to leave it like that. And I'm hitting enter, which brings me to the next part. And it says media type. We're going to choose that. And this was going to be a link. So drop down to the link, click on that. And now we have to give it a description. This description is the math shortcut, so I'm going to put that in there. This is a discussion about, well, it's spelled about right, about math shortcuts. And we hit enter, it saves it, and then you come down automatically, tabbing down here now, and we're going to give the instructions to the students. This tells me I should say read this over. What are your thoughts? Question mark. Enter. And the next part that you do is the title. Well, I already know what the title is going to be. It's going to be Math Hints Website. And I didn't do a very good job of typing that in there, so let's try again. Math Hints Website. And I hit enter. And now I have to give it the address. Now if I was smart, I would have copied this as a link, and I would just be hitting Control V or my right clicking and hitting paste. But I didn't, so I'm just going to type it in, mathhints.com, and type it in. I'm going to leave this unchecked because if I tick this, faculty only, I'm the only one that can see that. So now I'm going to go down to the objectives, the scope and sequence of mathematics. This is part of the syllabus. It's embedded in your syllabus. And now under objectives, I'm going to associate both of these. So to do that, I'm going to bring it up a little bit, click on there, and tick in each box. And now I have linked the objectives for the students. And I'm going to add a message. So right there, I'm clicking. I want to add my first message to leave a comment to get the discussion started. So I'm going to begin this discussion right here. And on this one, it says add first message, and it's going to say effective or not. I'm just asking the students that, just trying to, it's like a discussion starter. Hit enter. And I start out, what do you think? Very open question, very simple, doesn't take you long to do it. You can save those questions and just copy and paste them if you want. So I enter, and you notice it changes, and I click done. So this activity has been added to the syllabus for week 2 with objectives 2.1 and 2.2. The next part that we're going to be doing then is it's going to be an activity based on a PDF that I'll upload for the students to use. So I'm going to click down here, add a learning activity. And this is going to be from my computer. So you see we have the tabs say from the web, from the computer, create new, my learning activity. So I'm clicking from my computer. And from my computer, I want to embed content directly into the page. So I'll click on that. And the title of this is going to be Lesson Plan, L-E-S-S-O-N-P-L-A-N. I'm spelling out loud to make sure I do that correctly. Going to the choose a type, and I said this was going to be a PDF, but it's a reading. It's not a quiz, it's not a simulation, it's a reading. So this is going to be Lesson Plan Template. And the lesson plan template, enter there. And now I got to upload the file because it's not there yet. It's still on my computer, and I want it to be added to my lesson. So I hit enter. This should bring you to whatever you've saved on your computer. And I've got that. I click on it, it highlights it, and I hit open, just like uploading an attachment or opening a document. It's the same thing. Now, I'm just going to click examine how a scope and sequence is used for long-term curriculum planning, and I'm going to click on there and hit enter for me, and those will be associated then. Watch, click week 3, so we got those added, and we're done. So click the done button. Hope I didn't do that too fast. Now the PDF has been added to the syllabus as an activity in week 2 and associated with the objectives 2.1 and 3.1. And again, remember I'm showing you a simulation. So now we're going to add an individual assignment for week 2. So we're going to go to week 2. We have to scroll down to get to week 2 because this is the whole syllabus. And I'm looking for week 2. We're going to go right here. It says add. And what are we going to add? We're going to add a submission. A submission means something that they're going to submit. And now this little screen will pull up that asks for the title and the instructions. It's a little tedious to do, but it's important because these are the names of every document that you want those students to have. So this is going to be week 2 reflection. And I have to give it a brief description. And my brief description is going to be reflection on week's objectives. Oh, let's spell it right. And so I'm just going to come over here, use my back arrow, and hit that. Okay, let's see if it takes that. It's okay with that. How many points? Well, let's just give it to it. It's a reflection. It's an individual. So we'll leave that. Instructions, and it always defaults to individual. Instructions are write a 200-word reflection. And then we come down here, scope and sequence of math. We're going to click on both of them for week 2 and say done because it's just for week 2. And the individual assignment now appears in the syllabus right there for week 2. So we're just going to continue. And for your last change to the syllabus, we're going to add a course resource for the students. So we're going to add something, not a learning activity, not an assignment, but a course resource. So to do this, we have to edit the resources under the list in the right-hand column. So you go over here, and this is kind of sitting there all by itself. So we want to edit resources. Notice we have faculty resources, student resources. So come over here to the right, click on Edit Resources. So resources are available during the entire course, and rather than tied to a particular learning activity or assignment, so they're anywhere at any time for this course. Save the resources on your own use of faculty or recommended resources for students. So we're saving these resources for us to use or for resources for the students. So we're going to add a resource. What are we going to call this resource? Well, this blank appears, and we're going to be adding the resource title and the resource website. So we know this title is called NCTM website. That's the name of the website. That's not the address. And then we go to the address. Now this is an address, again, you could have copied and pasted it, or you can simply find something in Phoenix. In this case, this is going to an outside website, something that we're familiar with. Do not click here if it's for the students. Leave this open. This is the faculty only. You have one up there. That's the gradebook directions. One here, College of Education website. That's for us. But this one is going to be a student, so leave it unchecked. No ticks. So we're going to click. I think we're going to click done. And we're done with it. There we go. and the new resource will now appear under the list of student resources. So if you go down to student resources, you'll see that. Okay, now we're going to save the syllabus and preview it. So we do click the Save button. Right, next. Okay, now we've saved everything we've done. And remember, there may be a timeout. Just like the old OLS had a timeout. If you took too long, it would time you out. So be sure to save when you've done some of your major changes in developing your syllabus. Be sure to save it. Now let's preview it. And what are we going to see? We're just going to click Continue. And, I'm assuming we're going to just publish it. You've looked at it, says, oh, it's cool. Because you can always come in and edit it. So it says, yes, this here, are you ready to publish the syllabus for your students to see? And you say, okay. Now there are ways of coming back and editing it, but here's where you can either print it or you can save it to your home page. So it says click the home tab and return to the to print your syllabus. So let's look for the home tab. Home tab's up there. And now it says you're back at the class setup checklist. This is where we started. Tells us what to do. And notice it says post your welcome message. Update your contact information. Our contact information is now tied into Phoenix Connect. So make sure you have a decent picture up there. Mine was kind of Update your class policies. This is where we do that. Create learning teams. And week 2 faculty tips. So this is all for us as we do the first week, before the first week, during the first week. So we'll just continue. So now you can print. There's a little print icon. You see how tiny that is? That is your print icon at the top, and it'll turn it into a PDF before it prints. So I'm going to click on that, and you'll see that it changes your syllabus into a PDF. And notice this is a generic syllabus on elementary methods mathematics. So I'm just going to click Exit. And you just need to know that you can edit before you publish. There are a couple of times, and you can do minor changes. The minor changes can include only like spelling typos or adding a faculty review or something like that. No major changes at the end. But it is interesting to note that you can make some minor changes on your syllabus. And the only thing that you can't do is make a change to a week that's passed. Of course, that wouldn't make sense anyway. Or make a change to a week you're currently in. Because once those weeks are over, you'll see that you'll see the little line. You see the line here where it says through week 1 and week 2? That means that we are in week 2. Our choices of making changes then would be in week 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to do a couple of changes. It says you're in week 3, so you'll see that weeks 1 and 2 are crossed out. Well, if we're in week 3, we still can't do any changes in week 3. So because week 3 is already started, there's no option on the right-hand side to edit the syllabus. So we're just going to go with week 4. So we're going to click on week 4, and we're going to make a few minor changes. Here is the edit syllabus that pops up as soon as you're able to edit that week. You'll see this edit syllabus. Now remember, these are just minor changes. Alright, now I'm going to look down here, and it says in syllabus edit mode you can make changes to assignments, learning activities, and tasks for weeks 4 and 5, which is what I was trying to explain, just kind of killing time as we got into this. So first, the task for week 4 is for students to submit their final paper for approval. Well, we don't have that on there. So we're going to add that. So we're going to click Add Task. This is just one more step the students have to do, but it isn't any more work. Come submit your final paper topic for approval. So we've decided that our students absolutely need that. So we added that task. Now we're going to do another change, and you'll see how obvious this is. In week 5, learning activities, and we're going to change the discussion activity from recommended to required. So that's something that does change what they're learning, and you'll see that. So we're going to click on the week 5 tab, and we're going to scroll down to see the learning activities that the students have. Scrolling down, and here we have recommended, here we have required. We're going to take this discussion and we're going to move it up here. Come on, up there. Drop and drag. That's all you have to do. And now it's moved up here. And that will, by the way, it says when you publish your changes, they'll see that. There's one more thing that we're going to have to do now. We noticed the typo, a small error, spelling error. For me, that's pretty frequent. With my dyslexia, I end up seeing things that I've added too many new words to my dictionary because I thought they were correct. So what we're going to do now is we're going to edit, it says compile work type, but we don't have compile. We have commile. I missed the P. So I'm clicking on that little thing right there, and that'll let me edit. Remember, I'm still in edit mode. There's the pencil. The pencil says you can edit this, and right there, CO should be MP. So I'm just going to go next to the M, use my arrow over key, put the P in, hit enter. That's all I had to do on that. So I'm done. I'm going to click continue. My typo's fixed. It says save your changes and update the current syllabus by republishing it. That's all you have to do. There is not a separate button for save. Just hit publish. Go on to publish and you'll see it's going to blink for me. It will not be blinking for you. And it'll ask me, are you ready to publish the syllabus for your students to see? Same confirmation we had earlier. Say OK. The syllabus has been published for the students. And now you're going to click your home class and return to your other course tasks, whatever they might be. So it says you've published some minor changes to your syllabus and now you've returned to your class home page. Just click exit. There's no more for you to do. Good job. Good job.